I'm Chad, and welcome to another Motovlog. Now this morning, I am on the way to my company's office for the first time in a very long time because they're shutting my internet off to complete service in my area on the network wires and stuff. So as such, I don't have internet access, won't be able to get any work done today otherwise. Therefore, I'm going to the office. This is actually a big moment because I think this is the first time I've ever ridden this bike to my company's office before. I'm not even sure if I'll be going back anytime again in the not so distant future at this point. But it's all good. Doing just fine working from home. So I thought I would take this quick little journey as an opportunity to talk a little bit about why I own multiple motorcycles. Real quick, if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Chad, and I love motorcycles. So much, in fact, that I own 3 motorcycles. This is my 2017 Aprilia Tuono V4 1100 factory. In addition to this bike, I own a 2012 Triumph Daytona 675R that is a dedicated track/race bike. I also own a 2009 Yamaha WR250X. So you may be asking yourself, Chad, why do you own 3 motorcycles? That's a lot of motorcycles, way more than most people need. Why? Obviously, other than the overlying reason that I am fortunate enough to be able to, which I'm very grateful for, I own these 3 different motorcycles because each one serves a different purpose. So let's start with the Tuono. My Tuono is kind of a multi-purpose bike in the sense that it is my pride and joy, so to speak, my garage queen. It's the bike that I ride to Cars and Coffee so people can Google at it, but at the same time, it's also a bike that I enjoy just riding around on, whether it's cruising or going for a spirited jaunt, and even taking to the racetrack, which I've done on multiple occasions. It's been a blast. Now, the Tuono is a lot of bike, way more than I really need if I'm being honest, but that makes it so much fun. That and the amazing V4 soundtrack. I also like the fact that it's a naked bike because it makes it a bit more comfortable for all of the more regular duties, like riding for long periods of time on the street and not moving around in the seat a lot. You sit more upright, not as hard on your back, and the bike's still super exciting and a pure thrill to ride. Very joyful. So my Tuono is kind of my halo bike, I guess you could say, in a way, although I'm not the manufacturer. Moving on to the Triumph Daytona 675R. I own that bike so that I can go race. And that wasn't the bike's original purpose. For a long time, that was the only motorcycle that I owned. But in the past year and a half, again, I've been fortunate enough where I can afford to have multiple motorcycles and have the means to store them and have made that a priority in my life. So Daytona has become a permanent track bike / race bike. I'm racing it in the CRA series at Buttonwillow Raceway Park. I'll put a link to a video that covers my first race weekend, or one of the first days of my first race weekend. But the Daytona is an awesome bike, and especially in its track trim, it is a true racing machine. You get the aggressive body position that you need on the racetrack to get yourself out of the wind and get that sick body position so that you can get your knee down and look like a MotoGP rider. Just kidding, I don't look anything like a MotoGP rider when I ride. I'm not that good. The Daytona is an awesome bike overall. Even back when it was a street bike, it was a blast to ride. It's a very special feeling motorcycle, similar to the Tuono in that regard. And it's also an awesome middleweight super sport bike. If you're an intermediate or advanced level rider, it's a fantastic tool to sharpen your skills on track. The bike has an incredible chassis, that nice Olin suspension, Brembo brakes, and that sweet, sweet, sweet 3-cylinder engine that sings a beautiful song and makes a pretty decent amount of power in a very smooth and progressive way. It's a fantastic bike to ride, a road or track, but for my intents and purposes, makes a fantastic race bike. I've learned a lot on it and gotten a lot faster just in the time that I've been taking it to the racetrack. So finally, we get to my WR250X, my little tiny Yamaha Supermoto, which makes less than 25% of the power that my Daytona makes, and less than 18% of what the Tuono makes. Definitely the odd one of the bunch, but there are a few different reasons that I own it. The first is so that I can be a hooligan. I really want to learn how to wheelie, and if I'm being totally honest, haven't done the best job of getting my practice time in, because I can't stop riding this. This bike's just so much fun. I want to ride this at least once a week. Otherwise, what's the point of owning it, right? So the WR becomes an afterthought in a lot of situations, but we'll get better about that. Because another reason that I bought the WR is to actually save miles on this thing. Assuming I am going to have to start commuting to work on some days of the week, it'll be better to do it on a little supermoto that's pretty low maintenance, as opposed to my beautiful Italian Hyper Naked. And then the final reason is so that I can go train on a kart track for road racing, which I do plan to do at some point in the near future. The bike still needs new tires and a little bit of love, but it'll have that stuff sooner than later, I promise. And we'll get out there and do some sweet skids and supermoto stuff. So I think that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave me a gentle little click of the like button. No need to smash it aggressively or anything of that nature. Drop a comment below. What do you think? Am I crazy to own 3 motorcycles? Or is it something you aspire to as well? Please do consider subscribing if you'd like to see more motorcycling content. I do motovlogs, track day videos, and I'm open to anything that's motorcycle related. So with that, I will hope to catch you in the next one, and until then, later.